Crafts, and welcome to Let's Get Crafting. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope y'all are doing well. Hello, Miss Nancy and Miss Lisa. Welcome in. So y'all, I forgot to grab something and it's right there. So I'm going to turn my camera off for a split second so that y'all don't have to see me try to reach over everything. Because y'all hear me knocking stuff over? Yeah. I had to grab these. Okay, so y'all, I'm going to show you how to make a paint tray tier organizer using Dollar Tree things. So you're going to need one of these. This is just a paper towel holder. And you will need 4 of the napkin holders. Now, one thing I learned when I was putting this together earlier today, not all of these are the exact same size. So before you start assembling, make sure that they're the same. Because when I started assembling it earlier, I'm going to demonstrate with this one. It didn't line up evenly. It was like this. So it's not going to make that big of a difference, but yeah, that way it'll line up evenly. But I bought enough to make plenty. So I bought enough to make 2 towers. So I did have enough to make them all match up. Hello, Mama and Miss Aisha and Steve. Hello, hello, hello. And y'all, I wasn't thinking about my camera angle when I decided to do this. So I went ahead and did one. Then I'm going to hold it up and show you how I assembled. So let me get this here. Ta-da! So you take the 2 and then you zip tie them together. And then we're going to do this top section. Or I may just show you how to do it with this one. I don't know. I haven't decided. And then we're going to paint some stuff. Sorry, y'all. I went out to eat with my kiddo and my grandbabies. And so I didn't finish my homework, y'all. But that's okay. So the other thing that we're going to do, I picked these up at Walmart the other day. And this is the gallery glass. Now, they also have a product called Murano. And they're very similar. These are both by Folk Art. Right? Is this by Folk Art? No, they're not. They're both by Plaid. So we got Plaid gallery glass. And then we've also got the Folk Art Murano. The main difference is the gallery glass will give you that stained look effect like this here. The stained glass. You can also get that with the Murano. With the gallery glass, it's removable. So you can put this on your front door if you want to do like a winter scene or different things for the holidays. And then you can remove it. You can also make like a temporary cling where you can design it small and then move it. So that is the main difference. Whereas with the Murano, it is more permanent. You could probably scratch it off, but it's more permanent, and you can set it in the oven, or after 48 hours, it's cured, so it will not wash off. Whereas this, you can just use a little knife, peel it up, and then it just peels right off of the glass. So that's the main difference. You can pick up both of these products at Walmart. Yeah. So I picked up this little kit the other day, and so we're going to play around with it. And I think, let me look at something. I may need to start with this before I start assembling because I have to do my lines first. And they may need to dry before we start filling them in. And I will go back after the live. I meant to do this before I started and put a link for Plaid in the description box, Plaid online. You can get the, for the gallery glass, there are a lot of, not patterns, but tracings. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. That you can get for free on Plaid online. Just download and print them out. Hey, Darcia, welcome in. So this is called the lead. This is leading. This is to give you, let me move my face out of the way here so it will zoom in on it. Maybe not. But this is a leading, so you can do the lead lines in the stained glass look. But when I was listening to it the other day, I think it needs to dry for a little bit before you start filling it in. Well, we're just going to assume that we do, so we'll do that first. Then I'll set that aside, let it be drying. Hey, Miguel. And then we'll assemble our paint rack, and then we'll come back to it. If any of my mods are in the chat, I think if Nancy's still here, if you want to drop the link for the free downloadable, I think they do call them patterns, but the free downloadable images on plaidonline.com, that would be awesome if you could do that for me. If not, if she's not here, I will come back and get it in a minute. But it basically works like a paint by number. They have a bunch of different ones to choose from. And then it gives you a grid. And it tells you what color to do each number that's here. Now, I'm going to do mine random. I'm not going to go by theirs. Awesome. Thank you, Nancy. But you just lay this underneath, put your glass on top, and then trace over everything. And then once you get it traced with the black, you go back over it with your other colors and fill it in. So basically, you just color it in. So we're going to do that because I thought that would be fun. And of course, you know, I stopped at Dollar Tree to pick up a very inexpensive frame. It wasn't on the list, so I didn't get it. So then on the way home, I stopped at Dollar General to grab one. And theirs were expensive. Like, well, more than $1. I thought they would have some really inexpensive, like, diploma frames or something like that. But no. And Miss Nancy has dropped that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Miguel says, soaking Lady Jane's feet. She's not feeling well, so he'll be listening. Okay, thank you, Miguel. Hoping Lady Jane's feet start feeling better. But anyway, so I'm going to put this on a piece of glass. So what I did when I got home is I grabbed a framed project because I can always swap out the glass. And somewhere in this house, I know it's in a tote because I saw them not long ago. I have like a package of just 8x10 glass. So I can swap it out. But this here is a cross stitch I did. Ta-da! It's so beautiful. Okay, so this is a cross stitch I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this glass and we're going to do it right on this. Oh, yes, thank you, Nancy. So y'all, if you decide you want to order something from Plaid Online, you can use my discount code, which will save you 15%. And my coupon code is BeeCreative1. That's B-E-E Creative. And then the number 1. That'll save you 15%. Like I said, you can purchase this at Walmart, but you'll have a larger selection at Plaid Online. It is a little bit less expensive at Walmart, but they may not have all of the color options that you're looking for at Walmart. So, yes. But, thank you, Miss Nancy. Okay, so let me turn my camera. I'm going to pull this off. Okay, so before we get started, all you're going to do with your glass is you're just going to wipe it down with alcohol and then let it dry. And that's going to get any residue or stickiness or anything like that off. And that's just going to help the paint adhere to the glass better. So, all right, give me just a second here. Turn my camera. And let's see, how can I open? We'll go ahead and pull this frame out. Bottom. Oi. And ooh, I hear somebody driving down the road on a tractor. Hey, Miss Kimberly. Okay, so we're gonna move this. Okay, so anybody that's wanting to do the paint holder, you're gonna need some little zip ties. These right here are gonna be plenty big enough. You'll need 4 of these in total. The one that I just showed you, I only used the 2, but these 2 are going to go on top. And then you will need 1, of these. And like I said, I wasn't thinking about my camera angle. So what I will probably do for, before I do any more big assembly projects like this, is get my other my other camera angle set up so that it's easier to see. Okay, so here is my glass. We are going to wipe it down. Ooh, this is dirty. You can tell that I've been having this one at craft shows and stuff. It's very dusty. Dusty, dusty, dusty. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this other side down too because it's got dirt on it. Dirty dirt, dirt. And you do not want to use glass cleaner because it will leave a residue. Okay, and that is not coming off. Why is that not coming off? But it will leave a residue, and so you don't want the residue. So you don't want to use glass cleaner to clean it with. This is why I wanted to get a new piece of glass, because this one's got stuff stuck to it. It'll be all right. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot again. That's why I try to do that first thing. Before we get started, y'all, we need to pick our stitch for the stitch along. I'm almost done cleaning this off, y'all. I don't know what it's all stuck on this. Probably because the last time I took this to a craft show, it rained. So it's probably dirt and everything else stuck to it. Okay, that'll work. All right, we're going to lay that there. And let me share screen. And y'all, that's just I just used a little alcohol swab. You can use just a paper towel and some alcohol to wipe it down if you don't have any little alcohol pads. Okay, let me go to share screen. Thank you, Miss Nancy. She's letting y'all know if you would like to be a plaid creator or ambassador, you just fill out the application, and when it asks who referred you, let them know I sent you. I will get points. And yeah. So, and then y'all can start earning reward points to get some amazing plaid products. Okay, share screen. Pick a stitch and share. Let me go back over here. Let me turn my camera so y'all aren't just looking at nothingness while we're sitting here. Ta-da! It's me! Okay, now back over to the pick a stitch. So let's see what our stitch is going to be for September. For those that are stitching along with me for August, our stitch is the rice stitch. And I think next week I'm going to show y'all how to work it in the round. That's my plan. Plans change, but for right now, that is what I'm planning on doing. But for now, let's pick the stitch for September and see what tutorial I need to work up for y'all. Okay, we ready? And spin. So the stitch for September is going to be dun, da, da, da. Ooh, the waffle stitch. Denser fabric. So we will continue on with our K-hook for September. All right, let me write that down. You would think, there we go. I'm going to write it right here on my instructions right here, waffle. Now the waffle is another one that snuck in. Meant to remove it from the list before I started my little spinning wheel. We're going to go ahead and remove it. Not because I don't like it, but because I wanted the blanket to be reversible. So I wanted all of the stitches to be the same front and back. There was not going to be a right side or a wrong side. With the waffle stitch, you have a smooth side, and then you have the side that looks like a waffle. So Angel says, ooh, waffle, my birthday month. And I do love me some waffles. Okay, let's stop screen share. So, but yeah, so the waffle stitch, on one side, it looks straight up like a waffle, and on the other side, it's flat. So it could still be technically reversible. You just won't have the waffle stitch showing on one side, but it's still going to be squishy. Alrighty, so now let me flip my camera back around, and we're going to start with the lead lines. And then while those are drying, we will assemble our paint tray. Okie dokie. So let me switch my camera back around. Settings. Boop. And switch. Ta-da. Okay, now where did my design go? There it is. Okay, so lift this up. We're going to lay our picture right here. We're going to put our glass right here on top of it. Let's see. Where is my... Let's see if we're zoomed all the way out. And we are. Let's... Whoop! I'm going to move y'all up. There's my stomach. Ha ha. I know y'all wanted to see that. Okay. How's that? Scooch over here. I know y'all can see the light reflecting. I can't do anything about that. Okay. I think we're pretty well squared off. I do believe. Well, try to center it here. That's going to be centered enough. Okay. Hey, Karen, welcome in. And welcome to anybody else that may have popped in that I have missed. Just give me another shout out or another howdy do, and I will welcome you in. So y'all, how are the temps in your area? The temps in Tennessee have been in the mid to low 80s this weekend, which has been great. Great. Okay, so y'all, I'm just going to open this up here. To peel off the little... Oh, that was easy enough to peel off. It's already undone. Where's my trash? There it is. Okay, now, one of the things I read said to just roll it, to stir it, because you don't want any little air bubbles, and not to shake it, because shaking it's going to give you air bubbles. Now, I've never done this before, so we're just going to, we're going to go with it and just see how it works. We're going to start over here because I don't want to dip my arm in it. And we're just going to give it a little squeeze. First, I got to get it down in the tip here. See, I'm just getting it down in the tip. There we go. And then we're going to give it a squeeze. And then we're just going to follow our line here. Which apparently I'm not going very straight. That's okay. This one is just for me. Ta-da! We're going to do this top one here. And I think what I'm doing is I'm touching it, and I don't need to be touching it. I think that's my mistake. I need to hold it slightly above and then drag it instead of actually touching the glass. Oh, that's much better. Or it looks much better from where I'm looking anyway. How about that? Oh, yeah, that's a much straighter line than that. Okay. Nancy says it's hot. Angel says it's very nice there today. Kimberly says it's storming. Karen said a little cooler, 96, but 96 is better than 103. Exactly. Alrighty. Okay, so what I did different on this one from this one I had it touching the glass. This one I held it slightly above the glass. And I do remember hearing that in the plaid instructions that I watched earlier. So that's my bad. So just let it hold it slightly above the glass, and then let the paint fall onto the glass. And Nancy says real stained glass leading is not completely straight. She's done a few pieces. This is kind of like last night Nancy tried a project for the first time, and this is that for me. I've never done this before. So, and I guess I should have paid closer attention to my instructions. But I forgot. I forgot that they said to hold it slightly above the glass. But at least I remembered it before I got too far into the project. Oh, come here. We're going to use this right here. We're just going to scoot you over just a smidge. Ta-da! Now we're going to do this one. And I don't know if there's really a right way or wrong way to do these lines. And has anybody in chat ever used gallery glass or done any of the stained glass effect using them? Nancy says, we're rebels and we want to do it our way. Exactly. Okay, now I'm trying to keep my arm out of the way. It's just not working. So that y'all can see what I'm doing. We're just going to let that fall right across there and just keep on going. Trudging right along. Where have I missed? Right here. And the reason you want to let it dry a little bit is so that your black leading lines and your stained glass pieces don't mix. So you don't want your black interfering with your color. Now the black is opaque, I do believe. Whereas your colors are going to dry translucent, which is going to give you that stained glass look. Let's see. I have a little stick here. Come here, you. That's not going to work. Where did my little... Okay. So I'm going to take this little piece of alcohol that I did, and I'm going to get that little piece off right there because I don't want it there. Okay, put you back up there. Angel, am I going to be peeling this off after it dries? This one I'm probably going to leave. I found a frame that hangs, but it said it was an 8x10, but the opening is not even close to an 8x10. So, but I think I'm going to get a different frame and hang it in the window. But I may attempt to peel it off and see if it becomes a cling, and then I might just put it like on my front door or something. Maybe. I haven't thought that far ahead. Now it also said that they have a you can pre-make your lines by using a sheet of notebook paper and just making a bunch of straight lines and then peeling them off. And then you can use them, and they're bendable. So you can skip this step and then just lay the strips already down onto your glass. So that would be pretty cool. Probably didn't need to go all the way to the edge with this because I will have a frame here. But my mom says I have a steadier hand than her. Her outlines would be all wiggly lines. And Nancy said they also sell pre-made leading lines. Oh, that's right. I did hear them say that too. I did. I got this, I bought this last weekend, I think, or maybe the weekend before. I think, last weekend. And I've been wanting to play around with it. So I decided tonight would be a good time to do that. Whoop. Now, I did not see the pre-made pre-made leading lines at Walmart, but they do have them on Plaid Online. So you can get them there. The pre-made ones, I did hear them say you lay them down, and once you get them all in place, you take your leading paint here and you just put a little dab at the corners of each of them, kind of like you would solder, so it attaches them together. Ta-da! You know, this almost looks like a spider web in the middle. That would be cool. You could use this to make a spider web on your door. And there I go, touching the glass again. My mom said she would need the pre-made ones. Boop. We're just going to go right across there. And that's going to be a little thicker right there because it just is. Ta-da! Okay, and now we're going to go here. And my thought process was I would just pick this up and move it to dry. But it should be easy enough to line it back up with my picture underneath, because I'll have all the little black lines drawn. And that one I got off a little, which is all right. 2 more lines. Yes. Y'all let me know if I missed anything. If I missed a line. And I do want to get some more colors of this. Because this kit did not come with orange. And that's just wrong. Which, I mean, I could probably mix some of the colors together. But for this project, we're just going to go with what it gave me. Okay. Let me look at the screen. I think I got them all. I think I did. I think I did. Okay. Oh, I just stuck my finger on that. What did I do with the lid? There it is. Okay. Angel's asking my mom when she's going to join me on panel. She wants to see us craft together. My mom can paint. We've gone to painting with a twist together a few times. Okie dokie. Now where am I going to put you? Yeah, I would think with this big old desk I would have plenty of space. But that would be too easy on my part to have a spot cleaned out for it. Okay, let's move on. No. Oh, I could put it on that. And I've got to put it somewhere where Mr. Tinykins isn't going to step on it. If he should jump up here. Because y'all know he likes to make an appearance. Okay. That should work right there. He still might jump on it, but maybe not. Maybe not. Hey, Chris K, welcome in. So she's going to be lurking. So that's what it's looking like. Move this out of the way. Ta-da! You can see my little squiggly lines, but it's okay. Angel said, right, black paw prints everywhere. Yeah, that would not be great. But that's what it's looking like. Okay, so let's move it over here so it can dry. Move that little tree. I guess that's what that is. It's a little tree. I only thought I cleared out an 8x10 spot. I did not. Okay, there we go. Move the markers. All right, are y'all ready to assemble? Okay, so what you're going to do, my mom says her carpal tunnel doesn't allow her to do much crafting. So you're going to take one of these guys here. And I'm going to show you how my trial and error so that y'all don't do the same thing I did. My initial thought was if I did it this way, where I took it up and through, then I wouldn't have to worry about it sliding off the end. It would kind of protect it. However, there's nothing for you to attach it to because there's not a center post here. So don't do it that way. What you're going to want to do is you're going to turn it sideways, and then you're going to attach it to the post this way. And then this way. Now I used a total of 4 little zip ties. I put one here, and then I put one here. Oh, you can't see. And then one here. So I did one right here on the bottom so that it couldn't slide off the bottom. And then I did one here because if you do it here, it's just going to slide down. So it doesn't really matter. But so I just put mine here and here. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the top section. So let me get the paint out of my little holder here. Whoops, set you there. I should have unloaded this first. Now, in the picture I was looking at, it shows 2 paints in the center section. I'm going to show y'all that in a second here. Y'all can look at those. It shows 2 bottles of paint fitting right here. Let me show y'all something. 2 bottles of paint will not fit in here. It is not wide enough. So I don't know if you could maybe squeeze that to make it a little wider. I was afraid that it would pop it off up here because y'all, these came from Dollar Tree, so they're not like high dollar pieces, and they're just soldered right there. So I was afraid it would pop that off. So either they have started making them a little different, or all the different people that I was looking at on Pinterest and all the different medias and stuff use different ones, or they had smaller bottles. They were skinnier bottles. I don't know. But yes, so that did not work for, it's not going to hold that many, or it's not going to hold 2 in the center, which is fine because it still will hold a total of 28 the way I've done it here, which is quite a few of the little apple barrel. So I've got apple barrel in here. I've got some folk art. And if you have any of the Waverly ones, which are a little bit fatter, it will also hold a Waverly bottle. So I don't know about the bigger bottles of Waverly. You know, you can get one size bigger than this. There's one that's one bottle that's a little bit bigger, and then they have the great old big bottle, which I know won't fit, but the other one might fit there. Oh, Angel said her sister sent a video of these yesterday. Karen said she gets the paper towel holders for yarn donuts to be fun in her craft room. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's what I've done so far. So that's what I've got done on that one. So now I'm going to turn it this way. Oh, that'll work. Hey. Yay. And then you're just going to squish them together. I'm going to grab me a couple of little zip ties. Now, what I did learn with the zip tie, on my first one, don't completely tighten the zip tie until you have it in the spot you want it in, because then you're going to be cutting a zip tie. So I did waste a couple of zip ties. Okay, so we're going to go right here and just get it going, but don't tighten it all the way. Hey, Paula, welcome in. Same thing here. And then you're going to flip it over. Get it where you want it. Because I had tightened mine down and it wasn't where I wanted it. I wanted it to be flatter. And I had to undo it. So these are really quick and easy to make. I have seen a spinning paint holder on Amazon and Temu that I'm wanting to get. But this, I already had most of the items to make this. I just had to pick, well, I say most. I already had the paper towel holders and the zip ties. I just needed to get the napkin holders. So it was cheaper to spend $5. Well, let's see, $10. No, 5. 1, 2, 3, yeah, $5. And then it was to spend, 15 or 20 to get the other one at this time. And ta-da! Then you snip your little, hey Glow, welcome in. Then you snip off your little piece, your end pieces here. Go ahead and tighten them down. Ta-da! Then you can snippy, 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 and then you're done. And that's it. I think the hardest part for me this afternoon was figuring out how I wanted to assemble it. I was working on this while Nancy was live, and then when Miss Granny D was live, while Granny D was live, I was doing this. I was playing around with some Murano to see how it does. It has not cured yet. Okay. I think I'm all snug. So now we're going to snip these off. Maybe. Come back in later and snip them quite closer. It doesn't really matter. Just get them off to where they're not quite so long. Miss Glow saying hey to everybody, and everybody welcoming in. Okay. So now let me take a look-see here. And see what is the easiest way to do. Oh, that's cool. Nancy sent me a different one. That's cool. So she sent me another one where you do the same thing, but instead of doing them this way, let me set this over here for a second. You do them, let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah, you do them this way. So you set them on here like this, so that instead of putting your bottles in to the side to where your bottles go in like this, you stand them up straight. That's nifty. Alrighty. Let me turn my camera so I can show you how I'm going to fill this bad boy. Karen says you can also add the pie pan and marble so that it goes around. I thought about that. Yeah, so that it spins. Okie dokie. That would work really well with the other style. What was it doing? Oh yeah, changing my camera. Ta-da! Okay, so this is what it looks like. Put it in front of me. And then you just fill it up. Now, I would probably put mine to where this part is facing out so that you can see what colors you have. And then you just fill her up all the way around. And then you can hold it by the top because you still have a little handle. So put all my little apple barrels in there. Oh, that's all the greens. Let's put a blue. Where'd that Waverly go? Right here. See, the Waverly's a little bit fatter, so we can just stick him right there. Ta-da! So this will hold, let's see, I think this held 6 when I did it earlier. Blacks. Put a purple in there. Some of the pictures I saw again showed 7. Mine will not hold 7. It'll only do 6. But that's okay. And y'all should know. Let's see here. We're going to see how many shades of orange Pam has. How many y'all think I have? Oh, are those the same? Well, they look the same. They're not. This one is called Pumpkin, and this one is called Jack-o'-lantern. It's getting heavy. Okay. Ta-da! I have enough to fill up a whole side with shades of orange. This one glows in the dark. So there you go. Now be careful not to grab it by here. Well, it shouldn't slide off because of the zip ties, but it will lift up if you pick it by that. So just carry it by your little handle. Then you can set it on your shelf, and then it's mobile. So that's cool. Let's see. Karen said she puts a little dab on the lids for color. See, and I thought about that too, like putting it here. So I may do that so that if, you know, either way you put it in there, it's but if I do it this way, I can still see them, even though it's kind of muted. Whereas if you do it, put it on this side, then you can see. So that one glows. But yep. So then you just set it on your little shelf, and then you can grab it when you need it. Angel said that would make a snowman. It would. You can make a really cute snowman with that. Put a little hat on him. Put a little hat up here. Alrighty. Let me grab my project here. Nancy said you could zip tie the top to the bottom. Yeah. And I could probably also, I could probably zip tie these because I had thought about zip tying it like right here in the middle. Oy. Putting one right here in the middle. That way all 4 of the napkin holders are connected. And then also thought about putting it right here because let me show it with this one. Well, that was just handy dandy. See how it's got this bar here? So I thought about going around this bar and this bar on the 4 of them and then attaching it to the bottom. And if this is something I'm going to keep and use a lot, what I will probably do is also go back and put a dab of E6000. But since I'm probably going to eventually buy one of the spinning ones, for right now, I'm just going to use it with the zip ties because once I get one of the spinning ones, I may not need this anymore. So I may snip the little zip ties and repurpose these into a different project. So I may just leave it just like this for now and not put the E6000. I did have that in the description box, but I went back and took it out because I may not use it. But you could absolutely do that, and then that would help it stay longer. Okay. So now let's, I'm going to put the paper back down. Because, now I don't remember which way I had it. I don't guess it matters. We're going to put the paper back down and put our project back over there, and then we're going to fill it in. We're just going to color. So let me switch my camera. I try to smile at the camera because when it switches the camera, it's been catching me in like some horrible facial expression poses. Okay. So now we're going to put you back right here. Ha-ha! Yay! And then I guess I could go by the... Okay, so that's 3 colors. How many colors do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 colors. I don't really want white. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could... Sorry, y'all. I broke my nail. It split. Okay. So I'm going to start in the middle. Oh, I need to click back off that so I can see chat. There we go. Kimberly says, I think I need to make some. I know, right? Okay, so we're going to use some sunny yellow. And I'm going to do the center yellow, I think. Or, let's see. No, I don't. I'm going to do the center in red. And I'm going to do it kind of rainbow. Because I have red, yellow, blue, and green. So it's not quite rainbow. But let's put these over here. And then I'm not going to use the white. I guess I could use the white out here. Nah. Okay, let's open these. So in total, that little project for the paint holder. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items from Dollar Tree plus the zip ties. So if you have the zip ties already in your stash, then you don't have to worry about it. Because this one little pack of zip ties came with 100. So that's way more than you need. But even if you have to buy the zip ties, so that's 6 items from Dollar Tree. So that's less than $10 to make yourself a paint caddy that will hold at least 28 bottles of paint of the 2-ounce ones. I know, I turned my head. And when I do that, y'all can't hear me very well. But, so yeah, that will make, it'll hold of the little 20-ounce bottles. Oh, or the 2-ounce bottles. I wonder, let me check something here. Are these the same? Oh, no, they're the same. I was wondering if these kind of look skinnier, but I think it's because they have the little tip on them. They're the same. So, hey, Herb. So that's not going to make a difference. Okie dokie. All right, so we're going to start with the red right here in the middle. And again, I'm just going to squeeze my stuff down. There we go. And then you just fill in the little sections. Ooh, that comes out like a... Oh, that gave me a little pop there. Well, that's not good. Okay, where did my little popsicle stick go? Come here, you. Get off my leading. My leading is not quite dry, as y'all can see. This comes out, that came out really quick. Okay. Napkin. This is just the leftover popsicle stick that I had from Crafting with the Ladies. The Crafty Ladies Live. So it was laying here, so that's why I was using it. Because it was still laying there. Okay, so we're going to do this lighter. And I'm guessing that it needs to be kind of thick because otherwise you wouldn't be able to peel it off. It would break for the window cling. Now the black is going to dry black like a lead line. It's gonna be opaque. I guess that's the word. Whereas the colors are translucent, so they are going to dry more on the clear side, but tinted. Ooh, I know what I can do with the white. I do remember something they said with the white. So I can do this part out here in the white. And what it said to do with it, and I will show you. Can y'all see that up there? Yeah, I will show you right up here. Kimberly said she didn't want nosy people peeking in her door window, so she used that stuff on them. Yeah, and that's what, and it's removable. So yeah, that's a good idea. And you can do this on a window. Just take your paper. You could freehand it, but if you just tape it to the outside of the window, then come back around to the other side and just draw it on. I'll show you what they said to do to get like the textured effect. If I can get this white one open. So these have like a very thin coating, a very thin piece of plastic on them right here. So you got to pull that off to get the lid off, or to get the very top off. Because if you unscrew it, all it does is just, you have to unscrew it, obviously, to take this part off, but the plastic is connecting these two pieces. And when I undid it before, it still didn't give me a way to cut it, an easy way to cut it. Okay. So what they said to get the clear look with the white and a little bit of texture is said to leave a little bit of the glass visible. So it said to just kind of make swirlies like this with it. And leave part of the glass. I guess so that it's partially. And then that will give you a different effect than if you colored in the whole thing. Now, obviously, if you do it this way and you're not touching anything, when you peel it off, this is not going to come off with the cling because it's not touching anything. So I'll go ahead and do this one here. So we'll do the white. So I did use the white after all. I'll go ahead and do this little section, this little section. Now this, I'm touching right on the glass with the white. Because this one is going to stay in the frame. Probably didn't need to go all the way to the edge because that's going to touch the frame, but Nancy said, is the white or is it clear? It is clear. It is clear when it dries. So it gives you the bobble effect. So it's clear, but you can't see through it. I don't know if that's not the correct word. But it's not cloudy. It's not like opaque. It's going to be clear. I guess it's going to, like, if you were looking through like water. Or if you've seen like the shower cubes you can get where they look like they have bubbles in them, but you can't see through it. But they're not frosted. Yeah. But it should dry clear. Okay, so we've done the red. So now let's do yellow. Now with the Murano, which is, they do sell a frost in the Murano, but this one is not removable. And then they have this one here, which is an iridescent white. So this one would be good for, it just has a slight, have you ever seen like the white iridescent? So this would be good if you're wanting to do like a wintry, so it would look like snow glistening. So when you turn it, it's going to give just a little bit of shimmer. So, and like with the frosted, it's cloudy. But these aren't. This dries clear. I don't know what it would be called. But when I think of frosted, I think of like milky. It's like a milky. Whereas this is clear, but it still is textured. Let me go pull up the video on plaid that I watched, and then I can show y'all what I'm talking about. That might be easier. Plaid online. This one. I want to show the projects. And we are doing not those. Where's it at? Search. We'll just search for it. That would be easier. Gallery glass. And they probably sell a frosted white in the gallery glass. Okay. Let me share screen. Okay. See, that right there is what I'm talking about. Did it share? Yep. So see how it's, where'd it go? There it is. See how it's clear, but it's bubbly, swirly. So when I think of frosted, I think of like this white section right here where it doesn't dry clear. So you know what? The one I did may not dry clear. It may dry like that. Let me see. That says Snow White. I don't know. Because that is solid. So that, what I just did on the outside may be this Snow White. I guess I should look. Let's look. Nancy says they have a bright white, a white pearl, and a crystal clear. I'm betting that the one I just told y'all, or this right here, I'm betting is this white right here. Y'all can't see me point at it on this one. I bet that is the white. I bet that's what I just did and not this clear. I'd betcha. Because it doesn't say clear, it says Snow White. So I'll probably need to go fix that. Okie dokie. I'm glad I went and looked. So that dries white. It does not dry clear. But that clear is what I thought I was doing, but I'm not. Okay. So let's go back. Told y'all I'm learning. This one is Snow White. It is not the clear one. Okie dokie. Okay, so let's go back and add some of this, because otherwise that's just going to look silly. But if you had the clear, because when she was doing it, she had the clear, which was white. So, yeah. But that is the technique that she showed how to do if you wanted to get that clear look like I just showed you on the other. And I'm not going to make this one all smooth because I'm just going to fill in where I missed it. Just on these on the back side. There's just one. Because why not? There we go. So you could do this and do it like that, and then it's going to dry with those little bubbles or those little lumpies, and then you can make snow. You can make like a little snowman window cling. Yes, indeed. Let me open up this other bottle. Thanks, Nancy. Okay, so Nancy sent me a picture, and I should have just left it alone because this Snow White dries clear. It dries translucent. So y'all just ignore me because I didn't do my homework. Well, I didn't even really know what I wanted to do. Well, I'm just going to leave them like that, and we're just going to see. Send me the, she's researching it for me as we go. This is the first time I've ever used this, so. I'm just going to let that fill it in. Now, they make little tools that you can get to go with this that will pop any little air bubbles that you have. And so you can also use the tip, but they have like a little kit that pops all the little air bubbles. And you could probably use the kit or the little things you can get at Dollar Tree that they sell that goes with the the weeding tool that you can get to go with the vinyl. You could probably use that because it's pretty sharp. Again, I'm not 100% sure because this is my first time trying this. Okay, but I can't get into that little teeny tiny hole right there. Let's see if nope, you're too thick. What have I got up here that I could use? Oh, I know. Hold on, I gotta stand up. Look above the camera. Oh, do I have one up here? I do. A needle. I was looking for one of my plastic ones, but you know what? This one will work right here. Get in that little hole right there. Boop, boop. Ta-da. That'll work. Black is still not completely dry, but that's okay. Next time I do one of these, I will make sure to outline it and then let it sit for a bit so that the black lines can dry before I start filling them in. I want to say she said something about hours or an hour. But her little thing that she was talking about, you just tap in it like that and it pops your little bubbles. So, Nancy says, I wonder if you could burst the bubbles with a torch like in resin. Ooh, I don't know. Kimberly says, I feel like you're playing with ketchup and mustard. This is true. It does. But it should dry pretty and clear. Translucenty. Oh. Where did I put it? There it is. Alrighty. Now okay. Seeing where I put my little needle because I'm going to need it again here in just a second. Y'all, they have so many cute little patterns. And I thought about doing a flower. And I saw a butterfly. But again, I'm betting that you need to, if you're wanting this to if you're making it as a removable window cling, you're going to want this paint in the center sections here to be pretty thick. Otherwise, it's going to rip when you try to pull it off because it'll be so thin. So you're going to need it to have a little bit of depth to it. But even just use a paintbrush because they did mention something about a paintbrush. One of the videos I was watching, it said something about brush it on. Karen says you can also get pictures out of coloring books. Yes, you can. Or there's a lot of free coloring pictures also on online, so you can print off a free coloring picture. And they have, in the plaid one, they have a truck. I started to do the red truck. It had pumpkins. And then right here, I'm going to have to go back over that because that's going to bug me. So I'll have to like fix that to get the yellow out of the black. But again, this is just the first one. We're playing around with it to see how easy it is to do. If my black was dry, all I would have to do is take a little bit of a wet paper towel and just wipe that off. So just keep that in mind. Let your black be good and dry, and it'll make it easier to do your project. But then, I mean, it's just a matter of filling in all the little holes, all the little... And you can follow the number guide that it gives you and do all of the numbers as they suggest and the colors that they suggest. Or you can go rogue like I am and do your own colors. Because, you know, dare to be different. Or, you know, just be creative. Karen said when it's dry, just go back over the black. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do as well. Because getting into these little tiny corners with this yellow, I'm definitely getting it in the black. There's a little air bubble. Boop. And why aren't you popping? There you go. And you could probably tap it, like pick it up and just tap it underneath and get your air bubbles to come up to the top maybe. I don't really know. I have to go back to Plaid and watch some more of their demonstration videos because I was watching them while also doing other things. So Nancy said, we're rebels. We are rebels. We're rebels. Whoop. So, talking about the stitch of the month, back to the waffle stitch. Has anybody in chat ever done waffle stitch? I made a blanket doing the waffle stitch. It is another yarn eater. But it gives you a nice squishy fabric. Oh, there's another air bubble popping over on my black. It is not like a one row repeat like a lot of the ones we've been doing. But it is not a difficult stitch. It's one of those that I was intimidated by. What on earth? There we go. It's one of those that I was slightly intimidated by until I actually decided to try it. And then I was like, oh, that's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. But it is made up of a series of front post and back post. And you also work in the tops of some of the stitches. But it is not hard once you get the concept down of what you're doing. Tell you what, Mr. Darning Needle is coming in quite handy. If y'all hear the tapping, it's just the needle hitting the glass. Okay. And I may have little air bubbles in the red as well, but they're just gonna have to stay. Why is my chat not moving? There we go. Nancy says, never have I done the waffle stitch. Kimberly says, Nancy, should we wear leather jackets and slick our hair back prior to crafting time? Yes. Or, you know, get us a pink ladies jacket. They were rebels too. righty. Now we're going to go with the green. Oh, and look, the green one actually gives me a little thing. You can't see it. It's actually giving me a little place to snip the plastic off of this one. So, yay! Nancy said, yeah, the pink jackets for the pink ladies. That's a great movie. Have y'all seen Grease? Nancy has, because she's already said pink jackets too. If y'all haven't seen Grease, I highly recommend you watch it at least one time. Just because it has some great music. And I just really liked it. And I know there are people out there that have never seen it, because we were talking about it one night and they said they had never seen it. I was like, what? You gotta see it. There are certain movies that you gotta just, Karen said, yes, the waffle stitch is a nice stitch. She did a few blankets with it, and they are so light and squishy. They are definitely squishy. Kimberly says, yep, pink sounds perfect. Nancy has seen it, the original and the sequel. The sequel she didn't like as much. My kiddos actually watched the sequel. They we had it on cassette tape, y'all. Not cassette tape, VHS. But I liked both of them, but the original, I really like the original. As with most things, I like the original best usually. But so some of these are not going to be like totally clear, because they're going to have little streaks of black in them, which is going to be okay. And it's also a little harder because I'm not doing this at the angle I would normally be doing it, because I'm staying to the side where normally I would be like right over the top of it. But if I get right over the top of it, then y'all are going to see the top of my head. And don't nobody want to see the top of my head. Y'all want to see what I'm doing. And Kimberly says she knows all the songs. Girl, me too. In fact, some of them are playing in my head right now. Pop, 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 pop. Come on, there you go. The one that's in my head right now is, I got chills. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control. 'Cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. And if y'all have never seen the movie, then y'all are like, what is she talking about? Pop, pop, pop. There's a big air bubble right there. Okay. I'm just going to have to not worry about the air bubbles, because I will be sitting here all night long trying to pop them. But there's one right there. Angel said her first album was Grease. Cool. My first album was, well, I don't know about the first. Okay, so one year for Christmas, probably my first album was, I'm going to say probably the Police. Me. Oh, did my camera just go off? Am I back? Okay. My camera just dipped out on me. Am I frozen, or no, I'm not frozen. Okay. My first album that I shared with my siblings was The Muppets Christmas Carol. And I listened to it over and over and over and over again. And my mom had another album that we listened on repeat was Steve Miller Band that my brother and I listened to, but that was my mom's. So my first album was probably The Police, Menudo, and Prince's Purple Rain. My aunt got me the Purple Rain one because they drew my name at Christmas one year. Or I guess that's why I got it from her. Y'all hear my neighbor driving back up the road on the lawnmower? Yeah. Kimberly said her mom has the 8-track for it and played it whenever I was at home. Awesome. Karen said her first album was the Beatles. Cool. But I think the first album for me probably was Police, Synchronicity. I remember having that. I remember that one first, like for my own self. And I remember like being in my room and I had a one of those little miniature trampolines, and I remember jumping up and down on it, singing all the songs on that album. Whoop, pop. This green one's got a lot of bubbles in it. Kimberly said, and yes, I said 8-track. I don't know why this green one has so many air bubbles. Like, and maybe it's just the color, but it has so many and I didn't shake it. But that's a whole lot of little bubbles. Y'all can't see them. Let me zoom down so y'all can see them. Look at all them little air bubbles. Just boop, 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 boop. I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess it'll be all right. I didn't drop it or anything, so I don't know. And they've just been sitting here. Maybe too, because it's a larger section. I don't know. We'll just try to go slower with it. Maybe I was trying to go too fast. Nancy says, I wonder if when it dries, if you'll be able to see them since it's translucent. Some of the ones I saw samples of, you could see the air bubbles, but I mean, they weren't distracting. And I mean, I guess like if you're making real stained glass, you get little bubbles in it too sometimes. So I guess it'll give it a little bit of character. Nancy said she drove a Pinto with an 8-track. My Aunt Carolyn had an 8-track player in her car back in the day. Pop. Chris says her first lyric was Sister Mary Elephant from her aunt's Cheech and Chong album. Now, there's a lot of songs that we used to listen to back in the day, like different ones that family members had or that my parents had. And I can't tell. I don't think I'm up against that line right there. Okay, let's not try to do it with my left hand. How about that? My aunt and uncle have Alice's Restaurant on record. I remember listening to that at their house. Again, this is probably something like if I do another one of these, I won't say if, when I do another one of these, you know, I'll be able to see it better because I won't be looking at it from a funky angle. Pop some of them little bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. And Karen has all of her Beach Boy albums too. Now, I loved the Beach Boys. When I was in high school, my friend, we went and saw the Beach Boys. Her dad was he liked all the beach music. So I have seen the Beach Boys a couple of times in concert because he took us. And Chicago, we used to have this, which I think they still have it, but it's not at the same location as when I lived there. But when I lived in Greenville, they had an event that was called Freedom Weekend Aloft. And we had an old military base that they used to have it on, which now I think they have it at a different venue. It's still in the same area though, but it was really cool. It was a hot air balloon festival. Super cool to see all of the hot air balloons. And but they would have they had a different concert series. So we saw a lot of bands there. And it was very, very inexpensive at that time to go to the concerts. So that's where I saw Chicago. And I couldn't even tell you all the bands we saw, honestly, because there were so many really great bands that came and played. I know the Beach Boys came there one year. I know I did see them there. But really cool place to. And I don't know if they still have, I don't know if the concerts are the same and if it's still as affordable as it was back in the day. But I remember it would always be raining and there were porta potties but just seeing all of the hot air balloons, and then of course the people that were in the hot air balloons had their campers, and it was just really cool. Let's see. Karen says they are coming to SAC in November at Thunder Valley Casino. Oh, cool. Chris K. Question, can I use a heat gun for the bubbles? I don't know. Nancy was asking the same thing, and I'm not sure. That might be something we could Google or look into. I don't know. This is my first time using this. I would think with this particular paint that the heat would just set it. I don't know. But I don't know. It might would work. That is something I will have to look into because I'm not sure. Ooh, look. Okay, so this black right here has dried a little bit. I just stuck my hand in the white. Has dried a little bit, so it's it kind of pushed it over to the side. It's got like a thin layer. My mom says, yep, we listen to Alice's Restaurant on the Oldies channel on the radio every year at Thanksgiving, coming from South Carolina to Tennessee, and my sister hated it. It is like the silliest, I don't know. It's just a silly song. And fun fact, trivia, my ex's family lives near where Arlo Guthrie and my sister-in-laws actually went to school with his children. So, yep. I don't remember which one of his children. I'm pretty sure she went to school with them. She knew them anyway because they were from that same area in Massachusetts. My mom said we rode an elevator with the Eagles one time in Charlotte, North Carolina. I rode an elevator with Three Dog Night, and my friend embarrassed me because I did not realize that it was Three Dog Night in the elevator. I think I've told y'all this story before. And y'all know that I just randomly sing songs. I've always done that. So she said something to get me singing Jeremiah or Joy to the World. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. So there I was singing it to her in the elevator with these people because, I was not shy as a teenager in most situations. Anyway, yeah. So when they got off the elevator, she's like, "You know who that was?" No, who was it? Yeah, some of the guys from Three Dog Night. And to be fair, I probably would not recognize the Eagles either. Now, at a pageant one year, I met, I can't remember his name. He played Enos on Dukes of Hazzard. Kimberly said the Eagles are her all-time favorite band. She's jelly. I love the Eagles. I do. I can't say they're my all-time favorite band because I like so many bands, but they're up there on my list of faves. Kimberly said that's hilarious. Yeah. That was me singing in the elevator, Three Dog Night. And then later in life, my friend and I went to see Chuck Negron, who was in Three Dog Night. He did a benefit concert for the Nashville Fire Department. And we got to meet him, and he had little beanie babies that were frogs that he signed. Yeah. And that was before the days of everybody having a cell phone and getting pictures. So I don't think I have a photo. I think we took a picture with our cell phone, but it's one of those where when the cell phone went, so did all the pictures that were on it kind of thing. There was no way to get the picture off of the phone once you took it. But yeah, I told him that story of singing to him in an elevator one time, being super embarrassed. He got a kick out of it. Thanks, Mom. She said my other ex used to go hunting with Blake Shelton. Yeah, he did. And I have met Blake a couple of times, and the person that he is on TV is the person he is. And I mean, he is who he is. That's not an act. That's just who he is. He's a goofball. And my cousin was a roadie for Blake and went on tour with him. My cousin's been on tour with some really cool bands. Okay, it's got little, I don't know if y'all can see. See how it's got little dribblies? That I noticed that when I in the yellow. I think it's what was around the top of the rim. Can y'all see it hanging? It's what was around the top of the rim. So his most recent tour that he went on was with Teddy Swims. And so he was on tour with Teddy Swims when Teddy Swims became very well known. But he said that he's the nicest guy. Very, very humble, very down to earth. Just a really great guy. Angel says I hung out with the cool kids. Sometimes. Also, when now I did meet Gwyneth Paltrow in a bathroom one time. We were eating at a restaurant in Massachusetts, and she had also not become super famous at that point. She had just gotten a part on a television show. Like I said, I was not shy. Here I am in the bathroom, putting my lipstick on, talking to another lady in the bathroom. We were about the same age, you know. She was there with her mom and her mom's friend. I was like, oh, that's cool. She was asking me who I was there with. I was with the new in-laws. And so we go out, and she introduces me to her mom and her mom's friend. And they then, in turn, gave me their autographs. And it turns out her mom is Blythe Danner, and the friend that was eating with them was Christopher Walken. They were there doing a play in the area. Okay, so now these last little sections, we're going to do blue. I guess I could be telling you, this one's called Royal Blue. The green is called Kelly Green. The yellow was Sunny Yellow. I don't know if I'm leaving those there long enough for y'all to even focus in or not. And then Ruby Red. Hey, Susan, welcome in. Susan says, what did I miss? Well, we're just talking about random people we've met, celebrity-wise. I don't really know how we got onto that, but, you know. How do we get on any topic around here? I've met Terry Fader. I met him. He did right after he won, or not long after he won America's Got Talent. He came to Nashville to do a show. I think it was in Nashville. Might have been at Tunic at the casino, but I'm pretty sure it was in Nashville. And got my picture made with him. Oh, I know what it was at. It was when we went and saw Larry the Cable Guy did a Christmas special. And we were at the taping of his Christmas special, and Terry Fader was one of the guest people on there. So we met him. Like, I didn't, like, hang out with him or anything. Just met him, got our picture made. He was super nice. He came out and met people in the audience, which was very cool of him to do, because a lot of them didn't do that, but he did, which I thought was really nice of him to do. And Miss Susan, we drew the stitch for September, which is going to be the waffle stitch. So I know you are making the blanket. So when we move into September, you'll just keep the same hook that you're doing for the rice stitch, because it is another dense fabric. Susan says hello to everyone in chat. Taking my little darning needle here. Pushing it all up in there. There we go. And then we're almost done with this, y'all. Ooh. Boop. Now, we were talking about the first albums and stuff that we bought. Now, my first concert, like, was with my dad took me, was the people he worked with. And we went and saw the Statler Brothers and Helen Cornelius. That was my first concert I had ever been to. And then, like we were saying a while ago, I've been to several other concerts since then. Some concerts I've even forgotten I've been to. Not to say that they were bad or anything, just, it's like, oh yeah, I did go see them one time. Susan says, are we using a J or a K? For the rice stitch, I'm using my K, and then for the waffle stitch, I'm also going to be using my K because it's doing the front post and the back post stitches. So it's going to draw it in a little bit. And I think this is the last stitch on the wheel that we'll be using the K hook for. I think all of the rest of them will go back to using the J. My mom says that's looking good. Can't wait to see it after it dries and looks like stained glass. I know. Hopefully tomorrow it will. I'm just really bummed at all of the air bubbles in the green because the green has so many in comparison to these others. Let me zoom back down. Like all of the greens seem like they all have a bunch of little air bubbles. And I don't know why. But it's okay. Angel's first concert was Randy Travis at the Indiana State Fair. I like Randy Travis. And we used to have wasn't a state fair, but here in our county, we had the county fair, and Blake Shelton has played it before because he used to live here. That's how, my ex used to know him and all. Because he was his next door neighbor before I met him. Yeah. But there have been quite a few celebrities that have lived in this area and made this area where I live their home for a while. Some of them for a long while, some of them for a temporary time. I would say probably our most famous people that have lived here or were born and raised here is Minnie Pearl is from here. And Johnny Cash lived here for quite a while. And then we've had several others. I want to say Dale Reeves. Mom, are you still in there? Wasn't it Dale Reeves that lived out on 100? Wasn't that who it was? Pretty sure. And one of the guys from Rascal Flatts has a farm here. Alan Jackson used to have a farm here. And when I say here, I mean in the county I live in. Like not next door to me or anything, but Kenny Chesney's daddy lives near here. So he comes to eat at one of our local restaurants quite often. Not Kenny Chesney, but his daddy. I've heard he is a very, very nice person. Because the restaurant is the one that my best friend and her mom and sister own. And she said he's just a very nice guy. Let's see. Oh, Kimberly said her first concert was Elvis. Wow. She said she was pretty young, but still remembers it well. That's awesome. My mom says, do I remember when Billy Ray Cyrus? Yes. So we saw Billy Ray Cyrus do a concert at Stone Mountain. Yeah, like 50,000 other people, and the mountainside was slick from the earlier rain. Not fun at all. Yes, it was so slippery. And I think he played Achy Breaky Heart 3 times because people kept wanting it. And so he gave the people what they wanted. Yeah, because that's when Achy Breaky was. We didn't even know. It was like a fan appreciation concert or something. We just went to see Stone Mountain. and just so happened to be a concert. And it was packed. I remember thinking, oh, wow, everybody wants to see Stone Mountain. That's cool. You know, they were coming to see Billy Ray Cyrus. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Another concert I've been to that is funny to me now was I saw Milli Vanilli. And y'all, it was super obvious that they were lip syncing. Nobody cared. We didn't care at the concert. And my mom said, yep, it was Del Reeves. I thought so. And all of his kids went to school here and graduated here. Pop, bubble, pop, 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 pop. It's not popping. Lizzie Karen said in grade school she got to talk to Debbie Reynolds, Carrie Fisher's mom. She was at a new store called Zodi's. That would have been cool. I liked Debbie Reynolds. My favorite movie of hers is Singing in the Rain. Yep. Loved it. If y'all have never seen Singing in the Rain and you like musicals, I highly... Ooh, look, they're popping pretty easy. Oh, I'll go back and play around with those. Maybe I can pop some more little bubbles. Nancy says, happy mail, all packed up, going out on Monday. Woohoo! But yeah, musicals. If you've never seen Singing in the Rain, I highly recommend it. Y'all remember back like on Saturdays and Sundays when, you know, we only had local channels before cable. And then like on Saturdays they would show all the like beach blanket bingo type movies. So y'all, I liked watching all of those movies. So y'all should definitely watch it. And I have watched a lot of the Frankie and Annette movies. Or Elvis, the Elvis movies. Those were another ones that came on a lot of times. Let's see. Susan said, New Kids on the Block were at the high school here when her kids were there. Oh, that's cool. Now, I've seen New Kids on the Block twice. I took my sister to see them when she was younger. And then, as adults, which my mom bought those tickets and I took her, I think I was in college. I might have been a senior. I might have been still in high school, but I took her to see them. They played at one of the colleges. They played at Furman University. And so I took her, and it was great. Chris Cross was with them. And then as adults, my mom got us tickets. She and I tickets to go see them with the Backstreet Boys. So we got to go and be kids again. And I've also seen, hey Lisa, welcome in. I've seen, who was I getting ready to say? Oh, Elton John and Billy Joel together. That was an amazing concert. Nancy has never been to a concert. Nancy, we need to get you to a concert. If you like music, now they are very loud. Okay, let me scrolly. My mom said McBride and the Ride was the opening act for Billy Ray. That was before Martina McBride went solo and became a superstar. That's right. I do remember that. Let's see. Karen says she's only been to one concert, ELO and Earth, Wind, and Fire together. Now, that would be a good concert, too. Lisa says, love Singing in the Rain. Just singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. Susan says, that is when they were just starting out. That's really cool. Angel said, yep, Gene Kelly and Debbie were amazing together. Oh, Lisa has seen Cyndi Lauper. And y'all, Cyndi Lauper is going on tour again. And those tickets are crazy expensive. Like, and I mean, maybe not really crazy expensive. It's expensive from what I was expecting them to be. But she is going on in concert. So it's probably not expensive in comparison to other concert tickets. But yeah. Nancy said it's probably too people-y. Oh, it would definitely be people-y. But I like concerts. Now, my mom and I saw a private concert. The hospital she worked for would do like fundraisers. I guess it was a fundraiser. Pretty sure it was a fundraiser. Or it might have been just a award thingy. I really don't know. She's in the chat. She'll clarify if I'm wrong. But it was at Loveless Cafe. They have like a venue behind Loveless Cafe. And it was Martina McBride and Faith Hill. And it was really cool. Ooh, Lisa said Laura has seen Lady Gaga. I bet that's a good concert too. But I have seen Blake in concert. I have seen Rascal Flatts in concert. I saw who's that other group? I don't know, so many. Van Halen when they, I guess, I don't know if it was their last tour. Oh, I have not seen the Beatles, but I have seen Paul McCartney. He did a tour or a tour. And my sons and my niece, along with my sister, huge Beatles fans. So we went and saw him, and that was a really great concert. Amazing. Let's see. My mom said Elvis Presley was in Centerville when she was 7 years old, and all the girls were screaming, and I thought something tragic had happened. Lisa said, yep, Lara loved it. Awesome. Kimberly says, I don't enjoy concerts much anymore. Too many people, too loud, but I loved them back in the day. Me too. And now when I go, I take earplugs because you can still hear it, but it's not as loud. Now, the one concert I went to when I was super glad that I had earplugs, I took my stepdaughter to see Justin Bieber. You talk about loud, holy moly. She was laughing at me because I put on earplugs, but I had her a pair too. The little girl that was sitting behind us, as soon as he took the stage, I thought that girl was going to have a come apart. She was screaming and bawling her eyes out. And I remember my stepdaughter, her name's Timmy, she looked at me with the both just started laughing. It was nuts. Yeah. But yeah, so I get, kind of like with Beatlemania, all the girls crying with the Beatles, or Elvis, any of them, just jumping up and down and bawling. But she was just overcome with emotion. She was so excited to see him. Let's see. Lisa has also seen the Bee Gees. Cool. Karen almost got to see Cher, but had to go out of town that night. Oh, that would have been a good concert. Oh, my mom said, yes, it was a fundraiser, but it was invitation to employees only. I knew it had something to do was like that. Karen said, I would love to see Pink. Oh, me too. And I would like to see Pink because she goes all out. Like, oh, I've seen Reba. And when I saw Reba, I was in college when I went to see Reba, and her two opening acts were two up-and-comers. One was John Michael Montgomery. At the time, they were up-and-comers. One was John Michael Montgomery, and the other was Faith Hill. And they both had, they both had a couple of songs out, but they had not really made it big yet, so. Angel said Alabama, Alan Jackson, the Judds, and Reba, but Reba got rained out after the first song. Oh, that would stink. And we used to also have this festival when I lived in South Carolina. It was a country music festival. And so I saw a lot of acts there, kind of like what they do in Nashville, but not on that same scale. Okay, so y'all, let me lift this up and show y'all something. So the white, this white right here is already drying. Can y'all see that it's dry and clear? Because it was so thin. So it is going to be, the white is definitely dry and clear. Kind of like glue. Kimberly says she appreciates good talent, but they are just people like the rest of us. They are. Absolutely. They are. I met Doug Stone. Doug Stone used to live in he may still, but he used to live in the county over. And I was doing a contest, and he was the judge, one of the judges. So I met him. He was a nice guy. Karen said Dolly Parton would also be amazing to see. Yes. And Dolly is like super nice. She is like the sweetest, like you would expect her to be. One of the local musicians here met her. He was recording a song and she came in. And he said she was just just super nice, down to earth. So I'm going to go back and add a little bit of white to where I just kind of like did it a little bit on this here, just so that it's touching. So that if I do decide to peel this up and do it as a window cling, it will all be able to, it will easily come up as one piece. But I am going to leave it leave a little bit of space. But just so that it has something to attach to, so that if I do peel it up, it will come up. Angel says she wished she could have seen Kenny Rogers. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, I'm sure there are some other concerts that I'm going to think of after. I'll be like, oh, I should have told him about this one or this one. And then as far as like comedians and stuff, I did go see the Blue Collar Comedy. Oh, y'all know what? When this dries, it may not even, the black may be able to be seen through it, since this is going to dry translucenty. And this paint has a smell. I'm trying to determine what the smell is. It's not like an offensive smell or anything. It kind of reminds me of like a swimming pool, like the chlorine smell of a swimming pool. It's not like super strong, just every now and again I'm like, smells like the swimming pool. Like I said, I mean, it's not like a terrible smell or anything. It's just one of those things I thought I'd share with y'all. Let's see. Kimberly said Dolly Parton watched her on stage once when she was little. I doubt she was impressed. What were you doing on stage, Kimberly? What were you doing? Let us know. And y'all, all I'm doing on this white is just going back over it, like I said, because, you know, I just only kind of halfway did the white before. So now I'm just going back and filling it in just a little bit. Now that I know it's going to dry clear. And then this should, if I don't forget, because y'all know I'm bad to go back and get the pictures and put it on my community tab. But I will try to remember. And then I will show y'all how my jars turned out from the Crafty Ladies from last week. Because I still haven't taken them outside and got a picture. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I've just been busy. Busy. All right. And I think she's done, y'all. I'll just have to go back and pop some little bubbles. Let's see, my mom said Willie Nelson used to have a vacation cabin there, and he hung out at the Pinewood store some. He's very down to earth. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. He seems like he would be pretty cool. Very chill. Kimberly said she was holding a rubber chicken. Well, okay. Susan said she's always wanted to see Bon Jovi. I have seen Bon Jovi. One of my good friends, huge Bon Jovi fan, so I went with her and her mom. So I have seen him. Good concert. Reba was a good concert. She changed clothes like a bazillion times. Not really a bazillion, but she changed a lot. Same friend I went to see Bon Jovi with, we went and saw one of the award shows. I don't remember which award show. Might have been the CMAs. Whichever one is now held in Vegas, used to be held in Nashville, and we went and saw it when it was in Nashville. So we got to see a lot of performers there. And we were there. Trisha Yearwood came out. I don't know if y'all remember. She came out on an award show, and her dress was like as big as the stage. Like, it was massive. We were there for that. It was a massive dress. It was huge. So we got to see a lot of performers that night. But it wasn't really a concert, you know. They just were doing a song here or a song there because, you know, it was the award show. All I'm doing is going back trying to pop some of these little bubbles out of the green, y'all. Because they bug me. They're bugging me. I'm obviously not going to be able to get all of them. I'm going to try to pop a few more. And then we'll call it done. But it does, y'all. It smells like the swimming pool. Like when you walk into a swimming pool, like an indoor swimming pool. It's got that smell. That's what it smells like. Okay, that's going to have to do. See, Susan said she saw Michael Bolton twice and loved him. Ooh, that would be good too. Kimberly said she was up on stage with a silly comedian. After she got off stage, he talked her into coming up. Oh, that's cool. My mom said, was the Grateful Dead band there when you did background singing for them? No. I don't know. They were not. I don't think. I don't remember meeting them, so I'm going to say no. I would think that would be something I would remember. You would think. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. I know I said I was going to leave it, but I'm not. I have to pop it. All right, so when this dries, it should look like stained glass. Yes, it should. Trying to, like, my mom's bringing up a memory that I'm not even remembering. So the Grateful, was that when I was with, is that when we did that song for Jim with Harmony? Is that who it was for? I'm thinking so. Angel said, who did I sing backup for? Well, we recorded a song with this group that I used to sing with. Oh, no, it wasn't either. I know who you're. Yes, my mom is right. Okay, but no, they were not there. I went into a local studio and sang some background vocals for they were going to do a Broadway thing, and they were doing their demo. That's right. See, Mom, I forgot all about that. It was with the local guy, but no, he was not there. They were not there. And I sang backup for another lady that was doing a demo. So I did get to sing on Music Row at one of the recording studios down there. It was called Bayou Studios. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Aisha. Hola, Maritza. Welcome in, everybody. Let me turn my camera. My mom said, I thought you were probably recorded it and then was added to their song. Yes. Actually, I had forgotten all about that. I need to check with Jim and see what I know the name of the song. It was another I Will Always Love You, but it wasn't the I Will Always Love You that we know. But I think that was the name of the song. But that may not have been the final name of the song. Karen said, when it dries, the bubbles might pop. Yeah, and like as it was drying, let me zoom down before I turn my camera. Like I was able to pop quite a bit of them. See? There's still like one right here. Y'all can't see my finger. There's one right here that I didn't get, but all of those that were right here, I was able to pop with my needle. Because I guess it's like as it's solidifying, I'm able to pop them. So they're popping kind of easy. Tiny, get out of that bag. Quit. You do not need in that bag. Quit. But yeah, I had totally forgotten about singing that backup for them. Yeah, they were working on it was going to be a Broadway play. And they were working on the music for the musical. But the Grateful Dead was doing it. It was going to be their stuff. All right, I'm going to stop playing with it because there's like a little bit right here, but I'm just going to leave it be. I'm going to quit before I mess it all up. We'll zoom it back out. Well, it won't matter. We'll just switch the camera. Tiny, quit, dude. Get out of the garbage. You do not need in the garbage, bud. There is nothing in there that you need. Don't know what he wants. He wants the little plastic pieces that were on the paints because he's a little weirdo. And he likes plastic for some reason. He's silly. I don't know why he likes plastic, but he does. He likes to chew on it. Put that over there so he will get out of it because he's sticking his head in the trash bag. So, hey, Miss Lori. She says she's been lurking. She's feeling yucky today. I'm sorry. I hope you get to feeling better. Nancy says, walk away. I know. I have to walk away. But let me show y'all something. Let's hope I don't mess it up. But one thing about this, please don't let it do what it's not supposed to do. Okay, because you can do this on your windows, it will not. Okay, let me do it this way so I don't drop it. It won't slide. It doesn't run. It stays put. So you can work on it upright, or you can lay it down. So that way, if you do want to do it directly onto your door, you can. I don't know if y'all can see. There's already a little spot of that red that is starting to, right there, you can see I don't know if y'all can see my thumb tapping it, but there's already a part of the red right there that is starting to dry. So we'll have to wait and see what it looks like, all nice and dry, and see how it comes out. I'm kind of excited for it. Okay, so let me show y'all. For those that were here Thursday night, y'all probably already saw it, but this is how this is how the pot, this is the little terracotta pot. That's how it turned out. That is pretty much true to color for that purple. And then, so this was purple flash and this was the aqua flash. And here is my Prego jar. I don't know if I love it. But again, this wasn't glass paint. This is not, this was the Color Effects. No, Color Shift by Folk Art. It's not made to go on glass. It's made for a porous surface. So wood, clay pots, that kind of stuff. Now, I'll give y'all a sneak peek of what I'm working on. And this is the Merino. This is made for glass. And look at that. Doesn't that look pretty much just exactly the same color as the other stuff? So this one is this stuff back here. This one is called Merino, and this is the iridescent. This color is called Violet. Yeah. Violet. Oh, I guess it's in another language. Iridescent purple. So I thought that was really cool. But you can also get this in a translucent so that it will dry, and it kind of gives you like the cobalt glass, or what is the carnival glass? You can do like, so you can make your own faux carnival glass. All of the ones that I have are iridescent, with the exception of, let's see, these two here are opaque. So this is opaque white and black. All the rest of these are the iridescent ones, so they'll all be, you know, full coverage. But I want to get some of the translucent ones. You can also buy these at Walmart. So if you're at your local Walmart, check them out. You can, if they don't have the color you're looking for at Walmart, Plaid Online. Again, I do have a coupon code. It's BeeCreative1. That's BEE Creative1. PlaidOnline.com. And you can check out all the paints they have. I have found, now, even though I'm an ambassador for Plaid, I have found that it is cheaper to buy it at Walmart. But Plaid Online has way more colors. They have all of the colors available, whereas Walmart only has certain ones. But you should also be able to get it at Michael's and other craft stores as well. So if you have those in your area and you want to check them for these type of products, you know, do that, because you will be able to have like maybe like a coupon code or something. So Kimberly says, love the shiny paints. Yeah, me too. Lisa says, I like your orange item on the shelf near your cup. This right here, Lisa? Or this? Which one? The Bible? This is a pumpkin. This is a pumpkin. I never did do a tutorial for it. This is just a piece of leather that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. This is on one of the, I think it was on one of the Crafty Ladies lives way back in a while back. You want to see what's inside of it? It's a roll of toilet paper. It's a roll of toilet paper. So if ever I need a roll of toilet paper, I know where I can go. But we made pumpkins on the Crafty Ladies one time, and so that's what it was. I also have one over here. This one somewhere, I don't know where the, oh, I did have my wooden needle holder was the stem for this one. This also has toilet paper in it. So if ever I'm running low, I know where I can get 2 rolls of toilet paper. Just come get them out of the craft room. Nancy said she has the translucent ones, but she doesn't have the iridescent set. Yes, and this set right here, I bought with my points for being a Plaid ambassador. So for those that don't know, Plaid makes a lot of products that I just didn't realize. That's why I became an ambassador, because I have so many Plaid products already in my stash. Mod Podge made by Plaid, Waverly Wax. Waverly chalk paint, all made by Plaid. Folk art, apple barrel, all made by Plaid. And y'all, I was at Dollar Tree today. And you know how Dollar Tree has their paints, their brand of paint, which is not fantastic. But y'all, they have a new line. Let me see what it was called because I took a picture of it. And it's made by Plaid. So I'm going to guess that it's probably decent paint. It is called Delta. Let me turn around and show y'all. There we go. But look at it, caught my eye because of that right there. Boop. So I'm guessing that this is a new line of paint that Plaid has made for Dollar Tree. That may not be what I said a while ago. I meant Dollar Tree. If I said Hobby Lobby, I meant Dollar Tree. But yeah, I didn't buy any of it. But if I go back, I may have to check it out because it was sitting. It was with all the Halloween stuff. It was not over with the normal craft supplies. It was sitting by its little lonesome on a shelf with all the Halloween stuff, and they have all the cool, like glittery, and it was all Halloweeny type colors. So yeah. Hey, Candy, welcome in. Lisa said, "Oh, that's a nice pumpkin. Thank you." And Kimberly, yes, the paints were all Halloween colors, and they had like glitter and stuff in them. I'm going to do a short, probably. I did film a little bit so that I could put it up, so I'm going to try to get that up. Let's see. Nancy said she has used, I'm supposed to say cream coat, or is it, or is that spelled right? Darcia says, I love glitter. And that did have glitter in it. Let's see. What is it called? Oh, it is Ceramcoat. Okay. It's all one word. That's the name of that paint. Ceramcoat. That's the name of the paint that I was showing y'all. Okay. So it's not new. There we go. Sarah Glitter. But yeah. I got you, Nancy. I figured it out. It took me a minute, but I got it. Y'all, my camera, it keeps flickering at me. It's saying, girl, you've been on for 2 hours. It's time to go. So, is anybody else live? Do we need to do a raid over, a B raid? If anybody wants to go live, we'll head over to your house and watch you craft. Let me know right quick. And let me go do something that I forgot to do. Let me turn my camera off for just 1 second because when I'm searching, I have to get up in the camera here and y'all don't need to see that. One thing I forgot to do before I started the live was change my command. Edit. And let's see. Before we head out, making sure I spelled it correctly, I forgot to save the new word for the week, for the month. So, if you would like to drop your channel link, Nightbot should work, hopefully. Hopefully I gave him enough time to update. But the word tonight is be humble. All one word, BeeHumble. Be humble. Lisa said she's going to go get ready to go for lunch. Have a great night. Thanks, Lisa. Have a great day. Enjoy your lunch. Miss Nancy said Miss Andy Annie Jones is having a premiere. Very cool. So y'all can go over and check out Miss Andy Annie. She is a fabulous crafter. Susan said, do you want to hear anything else from Dawn? She has been posting some shorts. So she should be, I believe she was live last Monday. She was not live on Wednesday. They had something that happened. But yeah, so she should be live again on Monday. I have not heard anything different. Darcy is saying to Lisa, have a great lunch. And she says, what time is it where you are? Let's see, 8. I think it is close to lunchtime for her. I don't know if it's 11 or 1. I can't, because of all the time changes, like we fall forward, they fall back, we fall back, they spring forward. You know how that goes, because so I get confused. But I know on my live the other night, it was 1 o'clock in Sydney on a Friday afternoon. So there you go, 11 o'clock on a Sunday. See, I was going to say 11, but then I was thinking it could be 1 because, you know, depending on when our time changes, it changed, you know, because of the spring forward, fall back and stuff. But I guess because we haven't hit that yet. So 11. There you go. 11:15 on a Sunday morning. Yep. And she says 15 hours ahead. Yep. Because then when I go into fall and you go into spring, then it becomes 17 hours. But there's like a time span in between, like where one of us changes times before the other. And so it makes it off a little bit. So yeah. Alrighty. Miss Susan's got the Be Humble. Okay, does anybody else want to drop your link right quick before we head out? I'll give y'all another minute. And while y'all are doing that, let me go over here and play this little video. This is for everybody that has been lurking, everybody that's catching the replay, everybody that's been here chatting with me tonight. Thank y'all so very much. And this is for all of y'all. Lisa says daylight savings is awful. So y'all, it's not just in America that everybody hates the time changes. It's everywhere across the globe. People are not a fan of changing of the times. So it's not just us here, in case y'all ever wanted to know that. All right, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming and hanging out with me tonight and trying out this gallery glass. And for those that missed it, this is what we made at the beginning-ish. We made a paint holder to hold on my little paints. So that's what we did earlier in the live using all Dollar Tree stuff. I know not everybody has access to a Dollar Tree. But maybe if you have a discount type store similar to Dollar Tree, if you have, whoops. Let me show you what it was I used. If you have a metal paper towel holder like this and the metal napkin rings, y'all look, Tiny done got a piece of plastic out of the garbage bag, and the little metal napkin holders, then you can make a paint holder. I just turned mine like so. Took me some little zip ties and ta-da! Zip tied them right to it. So I used four of the napkin holders and 1 of the paper towel holders. Put another set here, and that's how you do it. Check it out here. Everybody is saying good night to each other. Susan said that was cute. Thanks. So now I have something to keep all my paints organized until I buy. Darcia said Nancy needs a lot of those paint holders. Yeah, she made a really nice one for her that goes on the back of one of her craft doors. It's really nice. Hers holds a lot. But she had said earlier she wanted to make one of these, but they didn't have the napkin holders when she went to get one. So, and there's Miss Marissa's. Ooh, I'm dropping stuff. All right, y'all. Let me go back over here. Thank you again so much for coming and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. So I will see y'all around the YouTube streets. I'll be back here Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. And we will continue working on the rice stitch. The stitch for September is going to be the waffle stitch. So I guess I'm going to have to film up a tutorial for that because I haven't got one. All right, y'all. Remember, be creative. And until next time, happy crafting.